from the home of the three-piece combos, Pugilism Company. This is Reed. BBS. BBS. The Black Birch Sugar. Speaking of three-piece combos, we gave you a jab today. First piece of the three pieces, that jab. We jabbed you today with a piece I call Jeff Horn's Moment of Truth. That's the title of the latest article. If you would, please check it out on the Pugilism Company website. That's PUGILISMCO.com. That's where you can check out the latest and the greatest articles on our Pugilism Company website. But it's Jeff Horn's Moment of Truth, man. It's coming up. It's within smelling distance. No matter what I've said or any other media sorts have said, no matter how much disrespect, no matter how slighted Mr. Horn may feel, the beauty of it all, no matter who you're rooting for, no matter whether you want Crawford to win or Horn to win or you're indifferent, the beauty of it all is on June 9th, they will get in the ring, they will hash it out, and then we will have answers. That's the beauty of boxing, is the finality of it. You have all this anticipation, it builds up, and then boom, they clash, you see what happens, and then you can discuss it later. So, in my article, you'll see I don't really blame Horn for being agitated and edgy. You know, his one shining moment was shat upon by the world, pretty much, outside of Australia. He's getting no consideration coming into this fight. Don't know if he deserves it, but I sure haven't given him any either. But that's what makes this moment so beautiful. He can shut up everybody, shut up all his critics. He can sway people towards his side in terms of being believers, all in one night. One night. The Pacquiao fight put him on the map, but make no mistake, this fight on June 9th against Terence Crawford will define Jeff Horn. It will define him one way or the other, for sure. Crawford seems to be getting edgier in the lead up. I've heard somewhere where he was shunning some of the Australian media members, was not being as accommodating with Australian media as maybe he should have been. You know, whatever. He's also said he's tired of the excuses that he's heard from Team Horn himself and his brain trust, and he wants to do something about it in the ring. That's what that is. That's who Terence Crawford is. He's a competitive dude. If you're shit talking him 3 months away from your scheduled date to fight him, it's whatever. It's like, okay. But once you're in fight week, once you're days removed from being in the ring, the closer you get to facing him, the less he's going to like you, and the more hurt he's going to want to put upon you. Tim Bradley, he says that he expects Crawford to struggle early and then take over and win. I don't know that I see that. I'm not sitting here telling you that Terence Crawford will win every second of every minute and every minute of every round, but I fully expect him to dominate Jeff Horn, especially if Horn comes out at him the way he did Manny Pacquiao. Crawford is bigger than Pacquiao. Crawford has more tools in his toolbox than Pacquiao. The thing about it, Crawford can turn southpaw also. I mean, you think Bud didn't watch and practice to fight Horn from the southpaw position? We saw how Pacquiao was putting hands on Horn in, I believe, the 9th round where he damn near stopped him and had the ref come back to Horn's corner, basically saying, hey, I'm giving you one more round to show me something. So, rest assured, Horn will see, and Bud switches anyway. That's just what Bud does. Horn will see Crawford in the southpaw position, but hell, Crawford may piece him up from righty. He may not even need to rely on it as much. It just goes back to the tools that I was talking about. He's got way too many ways that he can defeat Jeff Horn. Horn's one and only way, or two ways if you want to call it, is size and tactics. But when a man is putting his hands upon you, upon your chin, your head, your temple, your cheekbones, your eyes, uppercuts, whatnot, it's harder for you to worry about lacing him, holding and hitting, using your forearms. You're distracted by the shit you're getting hit with. Basically, let's just put it that way. So I don't really see the size and the tactics being a factor, because Crawford will be very cognizant of landing and taking advantage of the openings that he'll see. Honestly, at this point, Crawford in 6 or less, that seems like a safe prediction. I'm inclined to say Crawford in 4. Like, that's just the gulf, the gap in talent that I'm seeing here. In other related news, Bob Arum tries to explain why he put Terence Crawford on the ESPN Plus app. First and foremost, he cited the postponement of Horn and Crawford. The manufactured postponement, if you remember. Once Manny Pacquiao made it clear he would not be fighting on a Crawford-Horn undercard, out of nowhere, Crawford suffered a hand injury. The hand injury had happened. That's kind of how that had happened. But now he's calling Crawford the poster boy of ESPN. The poster boy of ESPN. It's like, have you ever heard of Vasyl Lomachenko? He also fights for you, and he's setting records on ESPN. Like, for real, let's just put it out there. I haven't seen one single commercial, me personally, not one commercial on ESPN advertising the Horn-Crawford fight. Whether it's on the app or whatever, where's the commercial? Where's the promotion for this? Like, I mean, again, I could be wrong, but I'm watching hoop games all the time, whether they're on ESPN or I'm watching the post game of the NBA Finals. I'm not seeing any Crawford Horn commercials at all. So where's the promotion for this app? Basically, you can believe Bob Arum and Top Rank at your peril, at your own demise. If Crawford or anybody else really believes he's the poster boy of ESPN, my brother, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. And if for 1 second you believe that you're landing on Plymouth Rock, oh no. Plymouth Rock has landed upon you. If you believe what Bob Arum says in regards to Terence Crawford. This has been a shaky, a head-scratching way of handling a fighter of his caliber to begin with. And it just gets stranger when he finally, in fight week, Arum finally speaks on his decision to put Crawford on the app. Let's not forget that. I mean, the timing is everything. Jeff Horn and Pacquiao just fought on ESPN in the summer of 2017 and did big numbers. Crawford did pretty good numbers when he faced Ndongo on ESPN. That fight would do well on regular ESPN. The app thing has bothered me. I'm going to suck it up and purchase it. I may try to take advantage of that 7-day trial. I ain't even going to lie. But I got to see the Crawford fight. He's that dude. He's one of them, that dudes. One of them, that dudes. So, yeah, I'm gonna do what I have to do to make sure I see him fight. That's for sure. In other news, we still got the Showtime doubleheader coming up this weekend. Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Martis 2 with Jermell Charlo and Austin Trout on the undercard. Oh, by the way, even though Santa Cruz and Martis 2 is for the WBA title, the WBC has slid on in. They're getting in where they fit in. And they've offered up a diamond belt. You know, whatever it takes for the low sanctioning fee of X amount of dollars. They're now offering up the diamond belt and then a mandatory shot for Gary Russell's WBC featherweight title. We'll see if either or even one of those men would want to partake in an additional sanctioning fee on top of the WBA one they'll be paying. I would hope not, but you never know. Before I get out of here, word came out not too long ago that the IBF strips Gennadiyevich Golovkin of his middleweight championship. Mr. Derevianchenko is the mandatory. I tried to find results for who was next in line, and the IBF site had been disabled in terms of their ratings. They're obviously updating them as we speak. In the aftermath, now after being stripped, Team Golovkin is ready to back off of their 50-50 demands to face Canelo Alvarez. We all saw this coming. My thing is, why would you even say that publicly? You've never been in an advantageous position with Canelo, except for when you were in the ring with him. So why even posture and say you wanted 50-50? It'll end up being a 60-40 split. Team Canelo wanted to give, they offered 35% split, 65-35. So, accept 60-40, the fight will get signed very quickly. You can make it happen. I think more than anything, with this swift decision on the part of Team Triple G, they, along with Team Canelo, they realize that interest in this rematch is dwindling. It's dwindling fast. Like sands in the hourglass, boxing fans are caring less and less about when or if Canelo Alvarez and Triple G fight again. The attention is on the People's Middleweight Championship. I keep beating that drum, and I will continue to. The People's Middleweight Championship. Daniel Jacobs versus Jamal Charlo. You heard it, I said it. This is Reed, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, from the home of the three-piece combos. Pugilism Company. Peace and God bless.